Hello, folks. This is Chip Swan, and you know me from a lot of the webinars and so forth, a lot of the work I've done with WPV-Ready and emergency preparedness in the area. And today I'm going to show you how to log in to the website and create a login if you don't have one already, so that you can use the self-assessment tools, for instance, for the Firewise program. So let's just dive into this and let me share with you the WPV Ready screen. And there we go. So one of the first things I want to point out to you is that there are three things you can click on this home page, the main page, the first page you come to. There are three things you can click on to sign in. One is the sign in menu item. The second one is this little login icon over here. And the third one is down here, sign in to this site. They will all do the same thing. They will all take you to the sign in form. If you do not have a sign in already, you can use this register as a user, or you can click on any of these other sign in options and pick the register option down here. And once you get to here, you'll see you have just very few things that you need to fill out. For instance, find yourself on the street. Sorry how that jumps around a little bit. Find yourself on the street, you find your street, you find your address, and enter your first name, last name, email, one of your home or cell phones. Then you pick for yourself a username and password. Click on this checkbox to indicate that you accept the terms of the websites, and there you go, you're in. Once you're logged in, and I'm going to log out and then log in again, so you see from here, username, password that you would just have set up on the registration page, log in, and now you're in. And you have under my profile, not only this information that you can change about yourself, but also messages and the Ready assessment and fire assessment tools. And I want you to see that under the messages section here, you can send a message to our emergency preparedness coordinator, any of the other, excuse me, any of the other program managers, the webmaster, and your community leaders, depending upon what community you're in. If there's a defined community there already, a ready community, you will have community leaders, and this can be used to send them a message. Also under this, of very great importance, especially right now, since we're trying to do a lot of fire hardening work, is the Firewise assessment. The Firewise USA program, you can learn a lot more about, and I'll show you that page in just a second, but I just want you to see here that you now have access to this Firewise assessment. And you can get it in a printed form as well by clicking on this link here. But by default, it simply allows you to fill out a new assessment. And it'll tell you, for instance, do you have fire resistant Class A roofing? Select yes. That'll give you full points for that. Do you have ember resistant vents around the soffits and also around the foundations? Yes, etc. You just go through those things, you check off what you can, what you don't know. There's also an option for unknown or does not apply. Check whatever is appropriate, you save that assessment, and now you have an idea. Out of 220, you've cleaned up 20 points worth. 9% into the program already, you're done. And I only answered a couple of questions here, so you can imagine how well you're probably doing already. The same sort of an assessment can be done for Ready assessment. This is general emergency preparedness. Is everyone in your home registered for SMC alert, for instance? Do you know your zone haven zone for evacuations? Do you have an emergency plan? Do you have a go back? All of these things we can help you with, happy to help you with any day, day or night. Just get in contact with us and we'll help you get all of these things together. But this is just a great way to tell you what you've got done already and what you want to work on next. Now, the FireWise program, if you just go to WPVReady.org/FireWise, you're going to get all the information you need to know here about how it benefits you to be in a FireWise community. You get insurance discounts, for instance. What it takes to apply, what sort of projects you're going to undertake to help mitigate the risk, to manage the numbers, to understand how much risk you have in your neighborhood, and to manage those numbers over time and become a safer place to live in the growing threat of wildfires. All of that information is available here on this one page, and you can tell here at the bottom if you have any problem understanding or finding any other piece of information there, you just contact us at one of these contact points, and we'll get back to you and help you out. So again, that's the basic getting around, and has to do with from the home page. As soon as you reach WPVReady.org, as you see up here, we're just right at the basic home page here. You've got sign in here, you've got sign in here, you've got an icon there that says log in. Strangely, that's hard to change. And then you can register as a new user, and that's really that gets you going. If you've got any problems with that, you can also contact us at any of those numbers you saw on the FireWise page. So give a shout, and we're ready to help you out. So the other thing that I want you to be aware of is how this all interacts with your community leaders. I'm going to show you first that, for instance, I'm signed in again here now just as Leslie, my wife. So I'll be showing you what's happening at our residence. And I want you to notice here that under this FireWise assessment, I can share this with my household and community leaders, or I can share it with my household only. Now, we really appreciate if you share it with community leaders. This is never shared beyond the emergency preparedness community, but it's very useful to community leaders to see specific information about every property so that they can get a better idea of how to be useful in reducing risk in every one of those cases. So please, if you can, leave this at the share it with my household and community leaders level. So the next thing I'm going to do is pause for a moment, and I'm going to change Leslie to a community leader so you get to see what that looks like. Okay, so I am now logged in as, again, my wife, but this time I've made her a community leader. And you'll see that under my profile, when I look at FireWise assessments, I can see assessments for any address in my community. And that's all predefined by the community leaders. When they register a community, we figure out which parcels of land, which homes, which addresses belong to that community, and we get it all entered properly. And that's what you see here. If I want to take a look then, for instance, at the 210 Crest property, I can see what the percentage is that they're doing on that property. I also get to see what the you can also still see what the average is going to be for the community and for an individual residence here. Even if the individual assessment has been marked as don't show this to the community leaders, they still get to see the averages and so forth. So it helps to manage the entire community's risk levels, and that's all just built into it. Hope you all find it useful, and give me a shout if I can help you with any part of this. Thank you for listening, and see you in the neighborhood.